Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're diving into Zenless Zone Zero's gacha system, you might be wondering how to maximize your pulls and avoid wasting precious resources. Well, in today's video, we're breaking down the essential pulling mistakes you need to avoid in this game. You can also apply some of these tactics to other gacha games as well, but here we're going to talk about the main points to help you get the most out of your resources in Zenless. One of the first things that I learned when playing gacha games, especially in Zenless, is don't pull blindly. Always make sure you fully understand what's on offer in the current banner. Sometimes banners feature characters or weapons you really want, while other times they may be less enticing. Pay attention to limited time units, special event banners, or even the rate up system, as this can make a massive difference in your results. Don't waste your pulls on a banner that isn't in your best interest. For example, I went and I spent probably all of my polychromes trying to pull lighter when the only other fire unit I have is Ben Bigger and Koleda. Two units that I barely use, only in very, very, very situational moments. So lighter, it wasn't really on my radar, unless I wanted to replace them in those moments with, who I was using Koleda or for Ben for. But yeah, always be sure that you're putting things into your best interest. Look at what you already have and where you envision yourself building your units. That way you get the most out of the resources that you do. So even if you lose that 50-50, at least you still kind of have a headspace or a tracker of where you eventually want to end up as far as what type of team you want or who you want to complement your units. Next up is ignoring the pity system. In Zenless Zone Zero, like many gacha games, there's a pity system that guarantees certain rewards or characters after a certain number of pulls. If you're nearing the pity threshold, it might be a good idea to hold off on pulling until you can guarantee a top tier pull. In this case, you want to make sure that you have enough resources to go ahead and to get that S-tier animation, the one with the music playing and all the gold. You want to make sure that you're building all your resources first, so at least you're guaranteed something good. Even if it's not what you want, it's something good. The Bangboos have this system, I believe the W engines also have this system, and the character pulls also have this system as well. So save your resources and make sure that you go all the way to pity, because the last thing that you want is for you to invest a little bit and then the banner ends and now you can't even get the character you want or get guaranteed something good. You lose it. That's it. It's over, So don't do that. Next is resource management. And oh my goodness, it is absolutely key. Don't just spend everything you can as soon as you earn it. Be smart about your pulls and plan ahead. This game is really, really good at telling you the rewards that you get for the work that you put into things. So make sure you are being strategic and putting your resources, your energy, your battery, the coffee, the noodles, your Denny's. Make sure you are planning ahead. Know how much things cost. Know how much time that you can delegate to getting those resources. Even going ahead and planning and gathering resources for certain characters that you're planning to pull for is also essential. Now remember, this is a double-edged sword, because sometimes you can do and gain all these resources and then you go and you pull for the character that you want, but then you lose it 50-50 and those resources, you can't use them right away, but they can't go to waste, All it takes is another unit to go ahead and use those resources. I think for every standard unit that is out now, there is items and I don't want to say abilities, but there are items that you can use. There are skills that you can use with what you have gathered for any of the characters or the exclusive characters or banner characters that you can get. So it's not going to go to waste. Plan ahead. Be considerate. Speaking of considerate, consider how many other resources you'll need to get the characters you want to. Whether it's the monochromes, the polychromes, the mixtapes, you want to do your math accordingly. Because if you don't plan, you might find yourself running out of resources, especially when you need them the most. For me, especially, it's Denny's. You can never have enough Denny's. I think every time I do my dailies, I always make sure to grab extra Denny's. So I don't run out, because a lot of the cost of things require Denny's as well. It's a standard ingredient or item, so to say, or currency that you need to upgrade characters, upgrade W engines, it's important to have. So make sure your dennies are up. Manage your resources wisely. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, is one of the biggest traps in gacha games, and I am guilty of it 100%. And Zenless Zone Zero is no exception. Just because everyone else is pulling, or a banner is about to expire, doesn't mean you need to follow suit. Stay calm, keep your head, and focus on what you really need. It's easy to get swept up in the hype, but remember that there will always be more banners in the future, especially for Zenless, since they're kind of on a trend right now where they're doing 2 banners a month at the moment. So keep that in mind. There's plenty of characters that are going to cycle through. Don't let the FOMO control you guys. Lastly, don't forget about reruns and upcoming events. Zenless Zone Zero hasn't brought back old banners, but that doesn't mean that they won't do it in the future. So if you missed out on something great before, it might come back around. So don't panic buy a character or weapon now thinking that you'll never get another chance. Or maybe you won't get another chance and Jane Doe will never be your gacha waifu, or Yanagi will never come back around, or Caesar will never come back around, or Ellen, who was the first banner, will never come back around. I don't want to put negativity in your head, but let's try to stay hopeful and let's assume that they will be back for another rerun in the future. Maybe now with more skins or better incentives this time. So there you have it. Avoid these essential pulling mistakes and you'll be on your way to making the most out of your gacha pulls in Zenless Zone Zero. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more gacha tips and Zenless Zone Zero content. And as always, happy pulling!